Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this webinar about asking the right questions in sales. I hope everyone is doing great. First, let me introduce myself. I am Riya Kulkarni from HCRM. I am your host for the evening. So before we begin, I would like to brief you on a game-changing CRM, that is HCRM. HCRM has been conceptualized by a team of sales experts who are on a mission to build business through long-lasting relations. We believe CRM is always a strategy, an approach to build and nurture relations with your customers. We turn every stone when offering HCRM to our customers, from identifying key KPIs and offering agile support to last mile user adoption. With this product, all our strengths and capabilities align with the sales transformation needs of the customers to create an amazing experience and groundbreaking results. Because when good business grow, so does the nation. So guys, why don't you just book a free trial of this world-class CRM and see yourself? The link has been given in the chat box. I request everyone to go and have a look. So now I would like to welcome today's speaker, Mr. Krishna ji. Krishna ji is a dynamic personality, sales coach, and a passionate corporate trainer. He has worked with business owners and sales teams across industries to help them improve their sales. Teams' effectiveness resulting in increased sales conversation and revenue growth. In last 4 months, he has successfully delivered remote selling program to more than 300 B2B professions to overcome the challenges during COVID. He also conducts one-on-one sessions with business owners to sustain in market. He also takes custom programs which help sales teams to master influencing, engaging prospects and presentations. So we welcome you, Mr. Krishna.
Thank you.
So today's webinar will be on asking the right questions in sales. I can see a lot of curiosity among you guys. So just without wasting any single time, let's see what Mr. Krishna ji has to say. Over to you, Mr. Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Riya. Let me start. I think before the others were joining, I requested some people to introduce yourself using the chat. Some of you introduced. Okay, we are starting the session now. If you can hear my voice very clearly, give me a yes in the chat box, please. All of you, please give me a yes in the chat box. Very good. I see a lot of yeses there. Very good. Wonderful. Some more yeses. Let's see. Very good. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So let me start by saying the first one. I want to start this workshop by saying two sweet little words in English. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful webinar. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share my own experience in sales, sales management, and training for about 33 years. So once again, thank you so much. Welcome to this asking the right questions is the topic. We want to know something more about all of you. Can you please participate in the poll and tell me how many years of experience that you've got? Would you like to introduce the poll? Yeah, let's put this poll. I'm launching the poll. Just 30 seconds. I want you to quickly participate in the poll. Let's see, 0 to 5 years, 6 to 12 years, 13 to 19 years, 20 and above. Very good. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good participation as well. Almost everybody participated. That's very good. And I am ending the poll. That's very interesting to see that the result is about 33% of the people have got 0 to 5 years and 7% of the people have got 6 to 12 years. And most of you are in teens in sales. That's about 13 to 19 years. That's a good one to have. And 20 and above is about 20% of the people are there. Very good. Let me ask you one more poll. How are you feeling today? Can I request all of you to put your thoughts on the chat? Are you excited, wonderful, great, or just another day or nothing great? Whatever you want to say, you can put it on the chat. Let me get the pulse of you. Very good. Wonderful. Very good. And this time also a good participation. And I will end the poll in another 5 seconds is what I will do. Okay, so let me end the poll. It's very, very nice to see that almost about 70% of the people have got, 72% of the people say excited and wonderful, 21% says great. Nobody is saying nothing is great, just another day is one more person. Okay, that's fine, fair enough on this. Okay, let me ask you one more thing just a short warm-up exercise. Are you all ready? You don't have to flex your muscles or something. Just say yes on the chat box. Then I'll give you one warm-up exercise just to see how alert you are there in this webinar. Very good. I see a lot of yeses. Some more yeses. Once you're ready, I'll show you the warm-up exercise. Very good. Very good. Lovely. Okay, here the warm-up exercise goes. You're ready? Okay. Tell me how many dots were there. Okay, that's the warm-up exercise here. I wanted to tell you how many dots were there. Okay, let me be fair. I'll show you one more time. Now tell me how many dots were there. You can put it on the chat. Whatever number you find, you put it on the chat. Okay, let's say 32, Shiresh says 32, 27, 25, many. I would be very happy if you could give some number. 21, whatever it is there, very nice, very good, wonderful. Wonderful. Last time I'll show you, then the warm-up exercise is over. Yeah, I want you to tell me exactly there. Okay, and that's about, okay, if you want to attempt one more time, you can do that. A lot of people who have given right answer as well. Okay, very good. Some people have given 28, 21, 25, whatever it is there. Okay, one more warm-up exercise to you. One more warm-up exercise, get ready and tell me exactly how many dots were there. Okay, let me be fair, I'll show you one more time. Okay, tell me how many dots were there. Can I request you to please quickly? Very, 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 very good. So all of you are right for the second time. Absolutely right. Tell me why you were able to do second time faster than the first time. And most of you were right. What is the reason? Can you put it on the chat? Okay, Jai Govind, you were right in both. It was organized, it was structured, it was wonderful. Very, very nice, guys. Fantastic. They are more structured, more organized. It's in a group, it's in a pattern. That's what we are saying. And that's what I want to say. One learning that we can take is that sales is never like this. Sales is always like this. It's organized, it's structured, and all that what we are trying to do in sales over a period of time is to find out a pattern that can give us a more and more success. And once you know the pattern, you will repeat the success of that. And that's what Shri said, understanding the pattern. Absolutely, that's absolutely right here. Very good. Wonderful. So can I request all of you to put a chat and say which industry you represent, just to get a flavor of what kind of participants that we have. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What kind of participants we have? Can you tell what industry you represent quickly? Healthcare. One is healthcare. One is FMCG. Very good. Very good. Life sciences. That's an interesting one. Okay, very good. Some more chat, software, coaching. That's very good. That's a good one. That's a wonderful profession, coaching. Very good. Wonderful. Industrial spare sales. Very good. Wonderful. That's a lovely one. Life and food is what is there. Pharma equipment. Very good. Fantastic. Very good. Oh, lovely one here. Chemical. That's a wide variety of the people who have joined in there. Okay, pharma, healthcare, so many things. Very good, excellent. Let me try and contextualize this program based on your profile of what we have received here. Very good. Thank you so much for that quick introduction that you gave me. And a couple of housekeeping stuff. First one is keep a paper and pen ready. And it's about 60 to 90 minutes of packed program. So focused attention is what I require. Be participative and share your knowledge. Don't be possessive about your knowledge. I think whatever you know, I request you to share. And keep an eye, open mind. And I request all of you to on video as well. Can I request all of you to on the video for 1 minute? Let me see who are all there here. You have seen after a long time. Can I request all of you to on the video? We'll take one photo, one snapshot. One good memory for me, no? Okay, we are all meeting for the first time. Can I request all of you to say hi like this and smile here? First, initially good. That's a lovely one. Okay, that's a geometer. Fantastic. Now, all of you look very great and fantastic. So don't have to off the video or something. As somebody, Bimanji, you're driving, I believe. As long as you're there in the back seat, I have no problem. But if you're in the front seat, please be careful here. That's my request to you. Thank you so much for introducing me. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. And let's continue on this. If you are there till the end of the program, that's a promise I'm saying. If you are there till the end of the program, you'll also get two bonuses. One is you'll get the recording of the session as well. And you'll also get one wonderful ebook on the power of asking questions. I'm sure you will say, wow, this is a wonderful gift that you've received. That's my promise to you after reading this. And I'm sure all of you will be there till the end of the program there. Let's continue. Okay, what is the session objective? I want to ask you, why are you here? What is that you expect from this session? Why you wanted to attend this session on asking the right question? Can I request all of you to put on one line on the chat? Why are you here? Why are you here ultimately? Can you tell me why are you here? Anybody can put a chat. Why? What is that? Somebody told you asking right question. What is your expectation? Anything you want to say? Can I request you to please type? Why are you here? To know something. That's interesting. To asking right question, to lead sales calls, learn more. That's very good. Very good. One more. Let me understand pulse of what is that you want. Okay, so that I can definitely. This will also like asking a question. One more chat to learn more about the structured sales, gain sales knowledge from various sources, and to ask the right question. I think very good answers there. Very good. I promise you that you will get this. But one thing is for sure, I like one which somebody Akshay wrote. Asking right question to get more result. Ultimately, we are all salespeople. What we want is more closure and more result. And that's why you are trying to find out whether this one skill can make a difference to you. And I promise you, this one skill will help you to get more and more results on that. Good. Let's continue. What will you learn? You will learn the most important skill in selling. That's about sales. That's about asking questions. And the art of engaging with the prospect and customer, 3 different type of questions. And we'll also see how to apply this questioning technique in various selling situations. Whatever you mentioned about whatever industry you'll get. And also I'll tell you one technique, how to prepare powerful question to qualify the prospect. And you'll actually learn the process, skill, and attitude required for powerful sales conversations on that. Okay, a lot of things are there, but as I said, it's about 60 to 90 minutes is what I said. But one promise that I do at the end of this session, this one skill can be a differentiator in your selling. You learn this, you master this, and you practice this, apply this for 30 days, and then come back and tell me whether it worked or not. I'm sure you'll come back and say, wow, this is one which made a difference on that. Wonderful. Well, that promise, let me move. See, many times any trainer or any of the webinar or any speaker puts a lot of time to practice, a lot of time to prepare for this webinar. Whether it is 60 minutes or 90 minutes, he puts a lot of time to ensure that this becomes the value to them. Now, what is the most heart-burning for any trainer is that you learn and invest 1 hour of 90 minutes or something, and you learn something, and if you don't apply this, okay, that's a heartburn for any trainer. Okay, before I start something, can I take one commitment from you? Whatever you learn, you will apply this in the next 48 hours of this. Can I get that one strong yes from you? If you say yes, just don't nod the head. You type a strong yes in the chat box. That gives us the confirmation that you're going to apply whatever you're going to learn there. Okay, one yes, one strong yes. Very good, wonderful. Very good, lovely. Lovely one, fantastic. Fantastic, very good. Lovely, fantastic. Okay. Very, very nice. A lot of people have given a yes on the chat box. Thank you so much for that. Let me give you a context on why I wanted to discuss about this particularly. I'm sure performance improvement is absolutely essential for everybody. Whether you are a life coach or an individual business owner or a person who is working in improvement, performance improvement is absolutely important. What should you do to become successful? You can learn from anywhere, but I'm going to give you one learning in sports that you can find out how you can improve the performance of this. Now, what has been the performance improvement in the last 1 century? If you look at it in sports, Don Lippincott in 1912 used to run 100 meters in Olympics, and Usain Bolt ran 100 meters in Olympics. Don Lippincott, he ran the Olympics with 10.6 seconds in 100 meter, and Usain Bolt is 9.58. What's the difference between both of these? After 100 years almost, is about just a 1 second difference or 10% difference. What does it mean? You can take one learning and say, if you continue to do the same of what you're going to do, you will only say 10% of the improvement over a period of 100 years. And now 8.6 to come, I don't know when it is going to happen like this. That's how you can take one learning. And the second one, if you look at it, there was a person by name George Hiron in 1912. He did a high jump by doing something called as a flip. That means first one leg and then one leg. And then Javier Sotomayor in 1993 did one change, that he did a one flip, and that showed what we call it as 22% difference. If you look at this journey of high jumpers, earlier they used to do a flip, then they used to do a front jumping, then they used to do flip. Okay. Now, if he is able to show 22%, what is that one thing which he did? He changed the method, or he changed the process of doing something there. In fact, the method of doing something. If you change the method, you will find that there is an improvement. Now, the third thing is, if you see Xavier's content in 1899 was a speed car, and I'm sure you can imagine what is the speed car at that point of time, and thrust SSE in 1997. And the difference is 106 kilometer to 1,223 kilometer per hour. Now, what does it mean? I think they did one more test, I believe, in 2017, that showed 1,609 kilometers per hour. That means what? If you want to improve the performance, you need to improve the technology, or the use of technology can do that. And I'm sure they might do one more test after some time and you'll find something different there. So what is that you and me can learn? You and me can learn is about, if you want to improve the performance in sales, I think there are three things that is required. The first one is the method, and the second one is the use of technology, and the third one is about the developing of the skills. I think there is a sales process which is important. There is the steps which is required. You might define a step, but if you want to monitor whether it is going to work rightly, what is the modification, how the efficiency can improve, I think you can use something like CRM, which the Edge has got. They have a very powerful CRM. You should use to see how you track and measure your performance to improve that. And of course, you should develop the skills. Okay. Whatever I said so far, if you are in line with what I said, just give me a chat. Yes, in the chat box there. Let's see whether we are both are thinking on the same lines. Okay, whether we all are thinking on the same line. Akshay Kumar says yes, very good. Some more yeses, let's see. Very good. Gauri Shankar, very good. Karthik Patil. So very simple dear. If you want to learn, if you want to improve, I think it's only three. Understand the process and develop the process, use technology and develop the skills. And you might say, what's a skill which I have to develop? The sales has got wonderful skills, isn't it? You name it, the sales skill. Planning is a skill, rapport building is a skill. In rapport building, people say NLP is a good skill. Understanding the customer is a good, qualifying is a good skill. Summary, articulating what the customer has got a problem itself is a good skill. Presenting is a skill, demonstrating is a skill, handling objection is a skill. All these are very good skill, but one skill which is the most important out of all these things is what we are saying as the asking sales questions. Okay. Now, we have done, I have done at least training for about 10,000 people. We have seen so many things. I have also interacted with a lot of customers and many things. We have seen many books, all these things. Ultimately, the study says, what does the study say is about 80% of the salespeople do not prepare a list of questions what they have to ask. Maybe you're all different, but this is what is the study. You might be in that 20%. Salespeople don't prepare a list of questions. Second one is 90% of the questions which they ask is about closed questions. Okay, so what is closed question? What is open questions? We'll definitely see. Okay, and the third thing that most of the sales opportunities are lost basically because we don't uncover what is the buyer's specific needs. When the customer asks something, we give, but it's important to ask the question to uncover the specific needs of that. Okay. Yes, there are people who accept on this. That's very nice. That's very nice that I understand and accept that. Very good. I want to give you one situation, very simple. Let's say, imagine you're meeting a prospect for the first time. What are the questions that you will ask? Can you exactly type what are the questions that you want to ask in a chat? Okay, yeah, very simple. Imagine I'm a customer, you met me, I said, good morning, how are you, everything? What are the first questions that you ask? Or what are the questions that you want to ask? Let me see what are the people who are asking. If you want to ask something, you can unmute yourself and I give you a chance to ask whatever question. So all of us have some favorite questions, isn't it?
Hello.
So what is the question? Yes, go ahead, dear. Gio Manila. Good. Go dear, Karthik. Karthik, you want to speak? Yeah, you can also type in the chat. Okay. How's your business going on? So very good. That's a good question. Very good. It should be very good. One more question. Type whatever you want to ask you are. Let's see what are the questions. How are you? I'm fine. That's not a sales question. Actually, thoda improvise karo. How are you doing? Okay. These are what we call it as very good. These are what you call it as transition questions. It's mandatory that you ask this question, but I want you to ask business questions, something which they can see. Let's see what it is. Okay. All of you, I'm sure you are ready. You have favorite questions, isn't it? That's how I would say. Okay. What's the exact application you're looking for? Very good. Is there any problem that you're facing with which we can help you? Very good. How can I help you? Very good. That's a good one. What are the plans to further expansion of your center? Very good. Fantastic, Pravinji. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Wonderful.
What should,
yeah.
hello?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dilip. Yeah.
What should I do to get the order?
That's the first question. If you say, I say that I will not give you.
No, that's not the first question.
That's a lovely question at the end of it. What should I?
Yeah, I'm talking about at the end only. Because finally, people get
very good.
Only when they ask this kind of questions rather than talking other things.
Absolutely. Right? Very good.
But first, initially, you need to build a rapport, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
It all
I agree with you. There are some questions. How is your research work going on? Is there any concern that we can help? And how can I add value to customer? Yeah, very good. Thank you so much here. That's a lovely participation that I like this. So what I'm saying is there is something that I want to communicate to you. Okay. There is a nice saying which says that the best salesperson is the one who asks a good question. What does it mean? Most of the salespeople always think in the mind, what is that I have to say to this client? But instead, if you think and make the change and say, the best salesperson in the world is one who asks a good question. That's how you can definitely make the change. Okay, what is this we are talking about basically? So what does the top 1% of the salespeople do? What does the top 1% of the salespeople do? They know how to ask questions and motivate buyers to share their specific needs, concerns, goals, aspirations, and wants, everything on this. Now, then Dan Pink, Dan Pink is a wonderful trainer from US. He said very wonderful statement. I picked it up from him. He said, in the new world of sales, being able to ask the right question is more valuable than providing the right answer. Unfortunately, our schools have often we have the opposite emphasis. They teach us how to answer, but not how to ask on this. Why does this happen is basically because of three reasons. One is we are always rewarded for answering and not for asking. And the second one is the education system. And the third thing is that the sales training is not focused on the asking question. What do we mean by that? Let me put it in this way. First one is, I'm sure you would agree with me, throughout our life, though, whenever we went to school, we said, what is 5 plus 5? We answered and we got a pat when we were children. When we went to the SSLC or something, we wrote a nice answer and we got a good marks. When we went to college, we got a good marks and then we got, I'm sure when you attended the interview, you answered very good. That's why you got a job. Okay, can you tell me any time where you awarded because you asked a very good question? Did you get a job because somebody said you asked for questions or something? And that's how the frame of mind which works. We are all tuned to answer and not to ask of this. Okay, yeah, Akshay says never happened. Absolutely, yeah. Today also you go and ask your boss, the boss will say, why are you asking this question? That's a problem, isn't that correct? And the second thing what we are saying is I believe every child will ask below the 5 years of age, somewhere about 40,000 to 50,000 questions. Okay, below the 5 years of age. But once the child goes to school, every teacher says, fold your hands and finger on your lips. And that's what we practice over a period of time, right? And in fact, you see how curious the child is when he is asking so many questions, and they are not afraid of asking any question. But the moment when they go to the school, that's curtailed there. And the third thing is, you see any induction program in sales or something, they always focus about what's their product, what's the company, what is the vision, what is the goal, but they don't give you how to ask good questions to understand customer needs. Okay, do you agree with this? Say yes, no, whatever it is there. Okay, this is based on my experience, not the fact. Very good. Province says yes, very good, perfect. But don't worry yet. Today I'm going to give you some Brahm Gyan to all of you. Okay, and I promise you this Brahm Gyan will help you change the way you do sales from tomorrow. Okay, that's what I will definitely promise you. But wait, some basics I'll tell you, then I'll give you Brahm Gyan on this. What is the basic which we are talking about? Basic is very simple. There are a lot of benefits of asking questions. One is, if you ask good questions, you understand the need of the customer. You get some general information. You'll have a good two-way communication. You will build rapport. You'll make the customer think, and you'll also get time to think what is the next question that you can ask. And most important is you will qualify the customer whether it is right for you to go and approach this opportunity or not. Just, I'm sure you would agree with me. All of us have got a limited time and resources. We don't want to waste on our time on wrong opportunity. I think it's important to qualify the opportunity. And that's why it is important to ask good questions on that. Having said that, very simple one to understand. There is a lovely Japanese proverb which says, to ask may be a moment shame, but not to ask and remain ignorant may be a lifelong shame. And there is a wonderful saying, one more, which says, asking is the most important discipline in sales. If you know how to ask good questions, everything will be right, is what we are saying. And the third thing is that there are three elements of asking questions. What is the meaning? One is you should know the process of asking questions. What is the meaning is, what is the flow that you should be able to have? The second one is what questions to ask, which is critical. I agree with it. But the most important is how this is to be asked on this. The same questions, if you ask in a wrong tone, it can give a different meaning and people might not answer on this. Okay. I always give this example. Please don't mistake me. This is just to give an example. My daughter, whenever I come in the early morning to my office or something, she comes up to me and say, Papa, why are you going to office so early? And it's so melodious tone that I say, wow, I have to go and prepare. I'll come back in the evening. But imagine the same question that my wife asked. Why are you going to office so early? Okay, I think it's nothing wrong in the question, but the tone is something which is bad. And as an adult, we have got this harsh tone. The moment you ask this why question, you get to know that you're asking somebody to justify yourself. That's why I said the tone, the way you ask is also important on this. Okay, very good. So can you tell me how far the session is going so far? Okay, how is the session going so far? Say yes, no, whatever it is there, let me see. Okay, very good. Mast. Dio मेरे लाल ये हिंदी word हमको भी अच्छा लगता है. Mast, very good. Super. Very good, dear. Amazing. Very good, dear. Very good. Wonderful. Okay, very good. Let's work on this. Let's work on this. Okay. There are two types of questions. I'm sure if you have a paper and pen, you can write down. I'm sure all of you do this. Okay, all of you know this. What is the meaning of this? One is supposing if you say, what is the nature of your business? Or what are your products? What are your plans? Okay, what are the applications that you want to use? Okay, where do you want to use this product? Okay, one more question I like is what made you to call us? That's a very good question. Okay, what motivated you to call? These are all what we call it as open questions. And what is the closed question? Closed question is anything which you get only yes or no. Are you into manufacturing of the product? Yes, no. Do you deal with electronic product? Yes, no. Do you have a plan for this year? Yes, no. These are called as closed questions. What is the difference? Open questions and closed question. Open question will give you information and closed questions will give you confirmation or the decisions there. Okay. So this is basic understanding, where the next one, what I want you to do is these open questions are further divided into two. You can say open neutral question or open leading question. People also call this as a probing questions. What's the meaning of this basically? When you ask an open question, now we have three questions. Open questions are basically open neutral questions are likely to give you a long uninfluenced answer. In Hindi, if I say nishpaksh ya aprabhavit, when you say, what do you think about Bangalore? People might come out with many answers or something. These are also called as thinking questions, establishing questions and all that. And the keywords, which I want you to write somewhere, is 7 words. What, where, why, how, who, when, and which. Can I request you to write somewhere? There is something which I'm going to say very important. Okay. Can I request all of you to, once you write these 7 words, what, where, why, how, who, and which, please write somewhere. Okay. Once you write, just put a chat yes. Okay. Just put a chat yes. Very good, Lucky. Very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Very good, very good. A lot of people have put yes, and then we can move ahead on this. Okay. Very good. Excellent. And then very good. Now, what is the meaning of open leading question? Open leading question is likely to give you a long influenced answer. And these are questions that you form based on the customer answer. And the keywords are again what, where, why, how, who, and which. You might say, what's the difference between both of these two? Very simple. The difference is in open neutral question, the direction of the answer is with the customer. And in the open leading question, the direction of the answer is in the question or the subject itself. Now, I'll give you one example, okay? I'll give you one example. I'll go to the example and then come back. Somebody says, you ask a question, what is the nature of your business? And he says, we are into import-export. Okay, very good. What is the next question you ask? Okay, which countries you export? Correct? That becomes the leading question. Now, then you say, next you say, okay, what are your products? And he says, see, we are into some electronic product. Okay, very good. What are your focus product in that electronic ranges? That's how you can get into the probing. What is the meaning of this? You pick up the word that the customer gave an answer and ask one more question. You might say, how do I do this? Don't worry, I have a Brahmgyan for you. I'll give you this. Okay, definitely. All that you have to do is to listen to what the customer is saying, pick up the words, what you are interested in, do this. For example, one more I'll give you, one more I'll give you. Okay, what's your plan? He says, my plan is to expand. Okay, I'm sorry, expand. Then you say, oh, wonderful, expand. What is it you want to expand? You can definitely ask like this question. And the third question is what I want you to write down. It's going to give you yes, no, or maybe is what is given. Likely to give you answer is yes, no. And these are also called as clarifying and confirm question. And please write down these words. Are, can, do, have, am, is, would, should. Anything which you write, these 6, 7, or 8 words. If you ask with these questions, you get yes or no answers of this. Okay, right? If you have written these 6, 7 words, whatever it is there, are, can, do, have, is, am, would, should, then it will be, you just type yes on this. Open questions, what, where, why, how, when, which, and open leading questions, the same words, and the key questions in the close question is very wonderful. Very good. Now, what's this basically? Now, what is the implication of this? Basically, what is the implication of this? Let me put it in this way. Okay, what is the implication, the consequence of these questions? Supposing if you ask it too early in the conversation to customer, okay, are you interested in buying my product? He says no, then it becomes very, very difficult to make it yes. Correct? So, are you using this product in this application? If you say, he says no, it might give a confirmation, but make him to say it becomes difficult. But if you ask an open leading question, he may or he may not get the answer. But if you ask a powerful open questions, you will definitely make him to think, you will get the answer and the information. Ultimately, in the initial stages of the conversation, it's important to make the customer to speak more so that we understand this. Okay, very good. Now, can I request all of you to on your video? Don't worry. Or can I request all of you to on your video? Okay, I'm going to give you something like this. Okay, don't worry. All of you on your unmute also. Nothing is going to happen. Okay, even if I hear some bad sound in the background, don't worry. I'm happy with it. Okay. All of you, I request you to please write on one sheet of paper that 7 words what we gave on this. Okay, 7 words what we gave. What are the 7 words? Please write along with me. What, where, why, how, who, when, and the last one, which. Okay, have you all written? Have you all written? Say yes, no? Very good. Gio. Okay, please unmute because I wanted some answer from you also. Okay, if you give me a good answer, then only I'll also be very. Praveen Ja on, Priyanka ji on, very good. Shirish Pingale on, Vijayendra, very good. Okay, please tell me, supposing if I ask a question with when, what is the likely answer I'm going to get?
At time period.
Very good. Please write opposite to it, time. Fantastic. Okay, supposing if I ask you who, what is the likely answer you're going to get? Who?
Decision
Person.
You get some person name, correct? It could be decision maker, influencer, informer, but you get person name. Supposing if you ask which, what is the likely answer you're going to get? Which? Let's say if I ask you, which one would you like? Geo, fantastic. Pujadi, very good, specific. Which one would you like to have? Coffee, tea, something specific. Very good, fantastic. Supposing if you ask a question with where?
It's a place.
Very good, fantastic, very, very nice. Supposing if you ask a question with how?
Method.
Very good, fantastic. Process or the method. Priyanka, process or the method, correct? How do you manufacture this product? He has to explain the process, correct? Okay, supposing if you ask a question with why?
reason.
reason. And this is the very reason you need to be very careful in asking this question. Correct? Because when you ask why, you are asking them to justify, and people don't want to justify. So just on the lighter side, I ask you, why are you not buying my product? Very much. Okay, correct? And supposing if you go to your boss and ask, boss, why don't you increase my 50% salary? Very much. Okay. Basically, because this why is a very good question, provided if you use it in the right tone. Okay, that is the one thing that you do. Now, supposing if I ask you a question with what is the likely answer you will get?
Specific need.
What exactly they want.
Yeah, but what is the likely answer you're going to get?
I didn't
A
what
specific
exactly need.
detail depending on the question, right?
Very good. Priyanka ji, you know what is the Brahm Gyan which I wanted to give? All these 6 words, you give it in 1 second answer. Right? The moment when I asked you what, you were all made to think. Correct? You were all, I'm sure even now some people are thinking, what is the answer which I should give? And that's why, what is the most powerful word which can be so beautifully used? Okay? You agree with me? I'll give you one more. This is one which I am saying. Use more of what questions. Okay? And I'll give you some more thing. Yes, Akshay says, very good. One more. This is what is the application which I said. When to use this question, if you want to use open neutral question to get more information, starting of the conversation, open leading question is to explore and more dig deep into a particular subject, and close question to pinpoint the specific need of the customer. Okay, that is a beautiful statement. I love this statement. In sales, you are not getting what you want basically because you are not asking what you want. Okay, you are not getting what you want basically because you are not asking what you want. Okay, but if you ask what you want, you will get what you want. That's how the reversal of it. Very good. Now let me see signs of asking questions. You see this when you meet first time. You start with some rapport building question. Then you sequence of asking question. How do I say in sales is basically first one is the rapport building question, and then get into some factual questions, and then you ask him about what is the current situation that the customer has got, and then you ask him, so okay, I understand you have a current situation, but what are the challenges and pains that you have? Instead of pain, I use the word, what are the challenges that you have? And then because of this, how is it impacting? What is the feeling which is happening on this? And then you ask him, what is your goals? What is your objectives that you have? And then you ask a qualifying questions like budget, time frame, and decision making. So when you do a sequence of this, it can go here and there. Remember, the first one is rapport building. Second one is factual question. How many people are there? What is the current situation and all that? What are the challenges that you have? Okay, these are the challenges. How is it affecting you? What are the feelings that you have got? And then you ask about the goals. And finally, you get into qualifying questions like budget, time frame, and decision making on this. Okay. Now, whatever you ask, my request is please remember, it depends on whom are you meeting. That means that if you're meeting a management in business, B2B, it's a different question. Technical head, it's a different question. Purchase manager, it's a different question. And R&D, it's a different question. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Say yes, no, whatever it is there. Yeah. Okay, Praveenji says yes. Some more yeses on the chat so that I know what we are talking about. Very good, wonderful. Very good, lovely one. Very good, very good. Okay, very good. I'm going to tell you one more thing. Please tell me, can you write on the chat? Okay, before that, let me give you some rules, I said. One is Please remember, all of you are very good guys, very good salespeople. You've got so much of experience. Don't lose credibility by asking a wrong question. My request is you might say what is wrong and what is right can be decided later. Okay, but I only said there are some basic rules which are there. Don't ask those wrong questions or something on this. And the second one is never ask questions that you can get answered somewhere else. That means by factual questions you can get somewhere. There is no need to ask. You can say, sir, I read from the website that you have a wide range of products. Is this my understanding right? That can also happen on this. And don't ask questions to test someone's knowledge. Hey, do you know about our company? That's just a testing of somebody's knowledge. And the fourth one is ask questions that actually resonate with your customers. And the rule 5, ask questions that gives your insight about the customer situation and not just about the factual questions. Many times you reflect your sales call, you get the factual question answers, but you need to understand and dig deep more of this. Okay. So ultimately, remember this SOX, it should be short, it should be open, it should be clear, and it should be simple. Don't complicate customer by asking tough questions and all that. Yeah, that is not the objective in the initial stages. Short, open, clear, and simple questions that you do. Okay, now can I request all of you to chat and tell me if you're meeting somebody for a first time, what is the information that you require from customer? Please put on the chat. All of you, please put whatever you want to write on the chat. What is the basic information that you require from a customer when you meet a first time? Okay, basic information that you require. Please tell me what is the basic information that you get. Let me get some answer from all of you. Okay, let me get some answers from you. Okay, let me get some answers. Okay, you want to know whether he is into outdoor or indoor patient care or something is what you want to do. Okay, very good. What else you want to know? What else you want to know? Okay, somebody says requirement you want to know. Okay, somebody says very good, wonderful, wonderful, very, very nice. Wonderful. 1 second here. 1 second. Let me go on this. Yeah. Well, somebody says requirement their sector or what product they deal with. Okay. Very good. Some more. Few more. Yeah. You want to get very good. You want to qualify what are the questions that you ask. Please write whatever you want. Okay. Existing method or a technique. What are their challenges? Very good. Very good. Wonderful. One more. Anything on budget? Anything on decision maker? Can you type? You want to know who is the decision maker. You want to know what is the budget. You want to know expectation. Anything, whatever you want to type, you type. Okay, very good. Akshay says time frame is very, very important here. He says when you want this product, he says 2026. What do I do now? I've got target for this year. Correct. Okay. About the competition. Very good. Fantastic. What I request you is very simple. As I said, there is this SOX method, but how do you prepare this question? First, write down what you want from the customer. You want to know his background or nature of business, current situation, the challenges. You say requirement. I'm just giving you first framework. Time frame you want to know. You want to know decision-making process. You want to know expectation. You want to know what's his goal, what's his plan, what's his vision. And do you think these are basic questions which are right for you? Basic information which is right for you, say yes, no. Okay, somebody said competition. Can you say yes, no? Very good, Dio. Very good. Shankar Ganesh says very good, wonderful. Praveen says yes, very good, very good. Okay. Now, please write all these things in one sheet of paper. Please write all these things in one sheet of paper. Okay, simple, 4 or 5 at least you write. Okay. If you have written, just say yes, some nature of business, competition, challenges, requirement, the time frame, decision making, all that would. Very good. Okay. Very good. All of you have written. Give me one more thumbs up. Let's see. Very good. Fantastic. Okay, wonderful. All that I am giving you is one guarantee you. Please apply the right word in the open question. Okay. Supposing if you, I request all of you to unmute. Can I request all of you to unmute? Let's talk. All of you unmute, please. Unmute. Okay, Poojaji is unmuted. Priyanka is there. Vijayendran is there. Praveen is there. You answer now. Supposing if you want to know nature of business. Okay, what is the word which you should ask for question? I'll give you the first one. Okay, you put like this. The first question can be, what is the nature of your business? Is that correct? You agree with me? Now you want to know the current situation. Apply what and ask me a question. Somebody said, yeah. What's your business need? That's about there. Very good. Current situation you want to know. What is the question that you will ask? What is your current situation? Zero. Okay, you want to know the goals. Can you ask me the question?
What are the goals?
Very good. Super. Now you want to know the challenges. Can you ask me a question?
What are challenges you are facing?
Very good. Super. You ask me requirement. You want to know what is the question?
How can we help you?
No, you use what and see?
What are your requirements?
Requirements?
Fantastic. You want to know the time frame. What is the question that you want to ask?
What timelines are we looking at?
Very good. Super guy. Okay, you want to know the decision-making process. What is the question that you will ask?
What is the process to make the final decision?
Very good. Super. And you want to know the decision maker. What is the question that you will ask?
Who are the decision
Who are
makers?
the decision makers? It will come, right?
Very good. Oh, thoda badal do. You can say, apart from you, who are the decision makers?
अच्छा,
क्या मतलब क्या है? आप तो महान है, आपके अलावा और कौन-कौन महान है? Correct? Very good. Just add that. Okay, now you want to know expectation. What is the question?
What are your expectations?
Very good. See?
Can we
prepare the question? Yeah. Go ahead.
yes, sorry. Can we also ask what can improve their situation?
Yeah, see,
So
all that you want to do is to find out what you want to ask and use the appropriate word. If you want improvement area, you say what are the improvement areas? Correct? And as somebody said in the beginning, what is that which will help you to give us order? I think you can say, what is that preventing you to get the order? Very good. Okay. Do you like this technique, dear? Say yes, no, what is that?
Yes.
Okay. So you make me a promise today. All of you make a promise today. From today onwards to tomorrow, wherever you go and meet, you try and ask what question and tell me what is the difference. Okay, but tone has to be very right. Huh? You go to your home and say, what happened today? Nothing happened today. Okay, it has to be nice wherever you go. Okay, if you go to a restaurant and say, what is their menu? And he says something, how do you prepare this? You ask another open question. And that's how you'll find how to internalize asking this question. Those coaches who are there, if you want to dig more deep, I think you need to ask deeper questions there. Things you evoke. Okay, what happens when why all these things are happening? These are the questions that you do. So it's very simple. Tomorrow onwards, whenever you have a meeting, please write down what are the information that you require and then use the what question to start on. And based on the answer, you will get open leading questions to answer that. Okay, that's how I say on this. Okay, but how do I put this into practice here? How do I put this into practice? As I said, today onwards, please go and ask only these type of good questions to what questions do you. But I always say, start with open question, and then based on the answer he gives, ask an open leading question, dig a little more into the subject, and then you finally ask some close question, and finally, all these things would have taken about 10 minutes in the initial conversation. You summarize and say, if I understand you correctly, you're doing this, these are the challenges, these are the goals, these are the expectations, is my understanding right? Okay, and that's a close question, summary. If he says good, very good. Okay, if he says, no, your understanding is wrong, tell me, sir, what is that I have not understood? Open question you ask, you get some more answers. Okay, I have a very powerful one. I use one more thing. At the end of my first meeting, when I do this, I ask one question. Is there something which I was supposed to ask, which I have not asked? Is there something which you are supposed to tell, which you have not told? And you said, no, no, I had not told you this. Fantastic. Okay. Please, your fingers on this. What's this? Oh, this, okay. There was a message on that saying that my fingers have got something on dark mark or something. That is basically because I use ink pen. And today this ink has got something on problem. Don't worry. Okay, thank you so much, Ji. Thank you so much. But few affirmations that I want you to do from today. My customers are on equal footing. I have a product to sell, and I'm going and meeting to understand what his challenges, what his goal, what his aspiration. We both are in equal footing. And second one, we have an equal business nature, and this is reflected in the questions that I ask because I have a problem to be solved. I have his goals to be achieved on that. That's what you will say. And the third affirmation that you do every day, I'm determined that I will succeed, or I will succeed in asking good questions and get to the truth on this. And the fourth affirmation that I want you to do, I believe in my sales process and believe that asking questions is better than giving a right answer on this. And that's how you have to prepare on this. That's how your conviction will go from today on. And one more affirmation, this is my favorite one. I will have a call plan written down before I go to the meeting with a range of questions prepared ahead of time. But the only thing is my request, don't go with the questions in sheet of paper and say one by one like an interviewer or something. Don't do that. It should happen as a casual conversation is what I'm saying. You enjoy the flow of the call. You enjoy the flow of the conversation is what I'm saying. And the next one which I want you to do is every day, please prepare. To best help my client, I have to get to the truth. And to get to the truth, I have to ask better questions. And this is my favorite one. You must ask good questions, tough questions, and the best help my client, I have to get into the truth. Okay, and the next one, which I say is this one skill can be applied everywhere. While planning, you can apply this. Rapport building, in fact, one of the questions, which is my favorite questions, and it has helped me so much. I meet some of the big guys, and before I start the conversation, I say, sir, forget about, before we start the conversation, I want to know what is the secret of your success. And people get so much motivated to tell about their secret or something and all that. You get into the conversation very easily. That's a rapport building question. And I say, so what is the secret of your organization, which is into so much of use now? And then they say, we are passionate, we work so much and all this. Then I asked them, what motivated you to call us? What motivated you to call us? And that's how the conversation can happen. That's on rapport building. Then when we said about what we said, understanding of the customer, qualifying, which is basically into budget, money, time frame, and the decision maker, presenting after presenting what is the right question that you ask is very important. Objection handling, to get into the truth of what is the objection you ask question. Negotiation is all about good questions that you do. Closing is a good question. You can apply this in every place of that. Okay, but I've just given you the framework on this. Okay, was the session useful to all of you, my dear friend? Say yes, no, whatever it is that. Can you put, yes. How was the session today? Say something on the chat here. Let me see what you guys see. How did you find the session? Okay, brilliant session. Love your enthusiasm. Very good. Good learning curve. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Krishna ji, can I request you one thing?
Yes, Bimanji.
Yeah, can you also help our sales, friends in sales to give some sample question around spin technique, SPIN technique in sales?
Very good.
I think partly you have covered, but maybe in the context of spin, it would really help them.
What is basically spin? Spin is nothing but first is the situation, then the problem identification. SPIN is what implication of this, and the N is need payoff, which is a very good framework. Spin is a powerful framework to do this. But as I said, this is only 1 hour. Okay, I have given you something how to prepare. But
Okay.
as you progress, women, spin is very good. But I think people have to practice this asking question first, and then they get into spin and other modules as well. I love this spin because spin, if you read that book of spin, it gives a very, very clear picture for B2B and B2B business, how it works on that. I really love that. I completely agree with you.
Okay. All right. Okay. No problem. Thank you.
Very good. One more.
It was wonderful session.
Yes, some question and answers here. I've done one session. You should ask me 1 or 2 questions. At least a personal question on me you can ask. Okay, let me see who will ask this question. Bimanji, it was a very good question. Can I request some more people to ask questions? Yes, Priyanka.
Yes, Krishna ji, thank you so much for this wonderful session. Firstly, my question is that despite all the W's, sometimes you do come across customers who are rude or who may not be very engaging in a conversation, or who will outrightly say that I am busy, I cannot talk. So considering most of the conversations like one-on-one sales call is not part of our business, but it's more on the phone. So how do you turn around such customers? How do you ensure that in the first 2 minutes, you are able to engage their attention and get them to start talking?
Yeah. See, one is on the phone, you are saying, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. The phone is basically a tricky one because the customer has got a control of the call, correct?
Yes.
And you want to get the attention, okay?
Yeah.
And when you ask this first question, normally most of the people say is that, is it a good time to speak to you?
Yeah.
And he says no. And then you don't know what to do now. Okay, this is a tricky situation. Huh? Okay, right? So next time, Priyanka, I will show you one. You try this and tell me how is the feedback. Okay, you become a customer. Okay, you become a customer. I'm doing a call, only one question I see. Okay. Good evening, Priyanka.
Yes. Hi, good evening. Who's this?
This is Krishna from Growth Aspire. Priyanka, did I disturb you?
Not really. Please.
Very good, very good. I got the answer that no. Now I can continue the conversation. Is that correct?
Yeah.
This is the best technique that I have used. You try this with many people and you said, did I disturb you? He said, no. Okay. Generally, people want to say no to a telecaller. You're making them to say no. Okay. It's a permission for you to continue the call. Okay. Try this. Today, you try with your friends, your family, and all that and say, did I disturb you? Okay. And then they say, yes. No, they say. Then you say, Priyanka, I'll tell you the purpose why I'm calling you. If it makes sense, then we can continue the conversation or we can drop the conversation. Would that be fine with you?
Yeah.
Now you said yes to me. Now I can say whatever I want. This is how I think. Okay? Right? Do these 2 things, sir. Did I disturb you? Try. And say once, Priyanka, did I disturb you to me?
Did I disturb you?
Oh, the tone has to be very nice, no? Okay. How do you say, did I disturb you? And they should say no. That's how.
Okay.
One last thing, Priyanka, I'll tell you. Okay. You cannot change anybody.
Yeah.
You cannot change anybody. Can I change any one of you?
No.
No. But can I change myself?
Yes.
Yes. This is what I practice. 25 years of my marriage, I wanted to change my wife the way she speaks. Nothing happened. I changed myself. There are so many improvements in the house.
All right.
Any customer. I think all customers are good. All are human beings, wonderful people. I think it is our approach which is going to change. This is what I think. Very good. Very good. One more question people want to ask. What is your total experience in sales? Which industry you were from? Very good. This is a very good. First of all, my total experience in sales is about 33 years. Okay. And my first previous experience was in pharma industry for 17 years. And 10 years, I worked for a very good consulting company, which is called as Mercury Goldman. And last 5 years, I'm on my own. And I love this sales profession. That's how, wherever I get an opportunity, I try to share. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any one more question? Somebody else? Wonderful session, Priyanka. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Couple of things that you can do. Couple of things that you can do. Our friend will definitely send you what you call it as the book on questioning. Okay. Book on questioning. But if you want to connect me on the LinkedIn, please click on the link and you can connect me on the LinkedIn as well. Okay. And that's my request to you. Okay. And one more thing which I say, some of you who said like this session, like the way which we did training, I would be very happy. So, you know, positive reviews are very, very important to my dear friend. If we don't get review, people don't believe. So my request is click on the link below and go to the Google pages of Growth Aspire and put one feedback on this. Okay, that's my request. Okay. Right. Feedback form for webinar. Oh, Pooja has also shared a feedback form on the webinar. So we all want the feedback here. What to do? Shiri shared, wonderful, done. Thank you so much, Shiri. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, very good. I really want you to tell me, very good. Priyanka, Ria, if there are no questions, you can conclude the meeting because we promised him about 70 minutes or something. You've taken our time. Okay, very good.
Wow, what a wonderful session, I must say. You know, thank you so much, Mr. Krishna, for such a fantabulous and engaging session. And it was a pleasure to have you us today. And a big thank you to all our members for attending. We hope you got to learn so many things. And just before leaving the session, I would request everyone to fill out the feedback form, which has been given in the chat box. And thank you so much.